talk about. Quiet with a big mouth, listen for the doubt, then call it. Make you out for what you say to me. Look at every single date. If you got what I need, then oh, I'll take you on like a big deal. Legs you can unseal, key ignition. Just keep me full like I had a meal once in a while. Feel alright. I know you like it, can't fight it. I might let you ride the wave. I'm New York and you're LA. Come together, feel the shock waves.
I have it here. For some reason, Tools being weird and. So under like
They all see that it's a lie, 'cause we always give it one last try. Yeah, you've watched me break 1,000 times. Now I'm all alone, 'cause you never show. You say you will, but then you don't. That's how it goes. Don't wanna know. I'm turning off my mind so I get by. I just wanna be happy, happy tonight. Without giving a warning, I'ma leave without giving a. But every time we say goodbye, we all know that it's a lie. Now I'm all alone, 'cause you never show. You say you will, but then you don't. That's how it goes. Don't wanna know. I'm turning off my mind so I get by. I just wanna be happy, happy tonight. Happier tonight. Kept you waiting for you in the morning. I'ma leave without giving a warning. I'ma leave without giving a. But every time we say goodbye, we all know that it's a lie. I just wanna be happy.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to week 1, day 2 of Owlet season 3.9. Today, we've got an exciting match between Council of Anime Girls and SpongeBob Mac and Cheese. Council of Anime Girls coming off of a 3-1 win, while SpongeBob Mac and Cheese coming off a very close 3-2 loss. Misfit, how do you think these two teams are going to play today in this match?
Well, we do have to remember that Council did play SpongeBob Mac and Cheese in preseason with ringers in, and they still 3-0 them very, very comfortably. So I do think Council still has the advantage here, but Mac and Cheese definitely making a name for themselves, taking that close 3-2, or not taking it, excuse me, losing that close 3-2 to Storybook Villains, who's been projected at the top of the league. So they can still show that they can hang with the better teams in the division with a good performance tonight, even if they're not able to take away a win. Something I do want to point out that is pretty interesting here is that Shuzzle, who was a very impactful player in the preseason, was not there for the game against Storybook Villains. We'll get to see tonight if that actually has any impact when we get into this one.
Absolutely, and now with SpongeBob Mac and Cheese, they do have a ringer in tonight. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Well, Alex Yoshi was playing. He was playing main sport for them during the game against SVB, and he wasn't doing a lot, but he was holding his own, right? Definitely a capable player. Won't make any pop off plays, but he'll definitely be consistent for this team, which is all they can really ask for out of the main support slot. But yeah, no, I'm excited to see what happens we get in here. Players to watch on both sides. Obviously, Hawk Alcura from Council of Anime Girls, very, very solid players. Poplots, even though he's on that Mercy, very dominant main support player. On SpongeBob Mac and Cheese, you have Nikolai and Mustard Man, who are both very, very solid, and Chuzzle as well is a very solid DPS player. So definitely some people to keep an eye on here.
Absolutely, and SpongeBob Mac and Cheese with a very close loss there. We did see some very good plays, however, from Hawk on Council of Anime Girls. And another thing, Poplots with 0 death on Blizzard World against BBQ Dads and the disappointment last
He's just
game.
a better player. That's all I can say. I mean, he's our former Season 3 MVP, and there's a reason for that. He is a very, very talented player, very smart player, has played a little bit in South American contenders, which, while not being the most competitive region, that's still an accomplishment. Right, like he's a very, very capable player. I'm really excited for him to be on this team for one reason and one reason alone. I mentioned this on the Nest, but Council of Anime Girls kind of struggles with their comp structure. They have a lot of holes in it. They need to work a lot of things out. And while Blackman can help with that, one player cannot carry comps. And Poplots is the type of player who really likes to speak his mind. Right, if things aren't going very well, you're going to hear him speak up, and I think he is really going to contribute a lot to this roster's comp structure, and they desperately need that.
Absolutely, Council of Anime Girls. The coordination coming in has really been a bit shaky from them in these last couple of matches, but we'll see come around here. Now, what do you think is going to be the scoreline for this match? We have seen 3-1s, 3-2s. We've seen a lot of weird stuff happen this past week. What do you think is going to be the scoreline coming into this game?
It'll depend. We're starting off on Lijiang Tower, so I definitely don't think that'll be an accurate thing to what these teams will run on the more streamlined maps where we see more meta compositions. But Poplots will definitely opt for the Mercy. He'll play Mercy Brig Lucio. He's very, very solid at all of those characters. I think on this map we are going to start off on Lijiang Gardens, which will be an off-tank map. We will see some Zarya Ball here. I think we will see Poplots on the Mercy just because Council of Anime Girls really likes to run compositions that the Mercy is good in with that Echo. They like to give that character the damage boost and really pop off there. I'm excited to see that. And on the side of SpongeBob Mac and Cheese, it looks like we will also be seeing the Mercy Zen composition. They'll be running it for the double aerial assault, and they'll also be running this Hog that they've been running a lot of. And I don't think Hog's necessarily a bad pick right now, especially with Sigma getting nerfed. I think he's a lot better than he was. But I still don't think he stacks up to how good Zarya or Diva is. He's a little bit too you really need to get value out of him, right? He doesn't just find any consistent value. He only finds value if you're getting picks with him, whereas Diva can find value peeling, and so can Zarya. So it'll be a very, very interesting matchup.
Absolutely, and as you mentioned, Poplots on that Mercy supporting their Echo. We're going to see how this goes up. Alcura gets the early boop off onto Jack, so that's going to be a lot of alt charge for him and a player down for SpongeBob Mac and Cheese, but Mustard Man answered back with a kill onto Bob Guy with that focusing being Hav, however, does get Nico, and Bob Guy is going to get rezzed up by Poplots. Chuzzle, however, gets Blackman's mech, so it's a trade back and forth between both teams. Now, it looks like Council of Anime Girls, however, is going to get the first cap here, and they are going to catch it. Alcura with almost gets the boop onto the Mercy, but doesn't get it, but Hawk finds Chuzzle in the meantime. Council of Anime Girls just kind of holding here. Mustard Man does get Clown Dog with the sticky, so still a back and forth fight. No team with a very clear advantage here. Also are almost up for some DPS here. Mr. Mustard Man 80% to the copy, but Madison takes down Alcura, the Wrecking Ball, so that's going to be a lot of disruption gone, but the Wrecking Ball, Nico gets taken down, back and forth, kills coming in from SpongeBob Mac and Cheese, so Rez comes off onto Nico, Alcura gets booped off, and it looks like SpongeBob Mac and Cheese going to be retaking, but not after Council of Anime Girls gets 30%.
Yeah, no, and now we're going to see a very Q-heavy fight come out. Both these teams approaching a lot of ultimates. Something I want to point out about the matchups between these two comps. Jack can do a lot of things to Alcura to force him to, use his resources more than he wants to, right? That hook is so dangerous for that ball, and that is an advantage that you get running the Hog. But again, it's very risky because if you miss that hook, the ball gets free reign.
Absolutely.
For seconds.
Jack missing that hook there onto Alcura, just as you mentioned that, but Nico gets Bob Guy immediately. Mercy is on the field, though, so Rez might be coming in, but it doesn't look likely. Hawk gets picked off, trying to go for the Pulse Bomb. The trans coming out from Madison on top of the Valkyrie. Don't really know what was happening there, but it looks like Council of Anime Girls down 2. Doesn't look like they're going to be taking this fight without, and especially not with their main tank going down. SpongeBob going to be holding for now.
Yeah, SpongeBob Mac and Cheese doing a really good job there. They definitely want that Transcendence Bass. Kind of got forced out for them. They didn't really need to use it. But, still a lot of ults available for them. A lot of good ults that they'll be able to stall for percentage and really get things out. And there's the barrage from
big
Chuzzle.
barrage from Chuzzle. Does get taken down, but already 3 kills in for SpongeBob Mac and Cheese. And they're still going to be holding on now 65% and gaining. The res comes out, so they're not going to be using any time on respawns. It doesn't look like Council of Anime Girls has been able to fully regroup or even take a fight.
Yeah, they're not having a lot of time to set up here. They're getting forced out very early on. Bob there is going to get a hook on a Mustard Man, but won't be able to get it, and now he will be booped off.
But Bob Guy gets the boop. But Chuzzle boops Bob Guy, so boops from both teams, equalizing the kills. Everyone's just kind of fighting on that room. The minefield comes out from Nico, just splitting the team, but Alcura and Hawk finding their own kills onto Madison and Mr. Musterman. Coag now moving back onto point. Clown Dog gets Chuzzle, however, Madison does get rezzed. Just the overtime coming out from SpongeBob Mac and Cheese. Coag needs to stay on point, and it looks like it's going to be likely. Bob Guy's getting Alex Yoshi, so no res coming out from SpongeBob Mac and Cheese. Jack is whole hogging, but he gets killed by Hawk's Pulse Bomb. The Transcendent out from Clown Dog just to keep the team alive. Madison on point. It's just the Farah Chuzzle. He's going to get taken out, and Council of Anime Girls is going to be extending this round with the retake.
Yeah, now they have a lot of ultimates that they can use to control space. They've got that. Both tank ultimates, the bomb and the mines, will be very effective at zoning and controlling territory, which could give them a potential last fight scenario here, but they need to be aware of Chuzzle coming up on that barrage. Been very, very good with it in this match so far, able to get kills for his team, so they're going to have to be aware of that as we get into this next fight.
Absolutely. Blackman on the Diva with the D-Matrix has to be ready to defend that. Nico... Mr. Musterman gets the copy onto the Hammond, but Bob Guy gets shaken up by Madison with the headshot. Alcura with yet another boop onto Jack, the third this game. Blackman's bomb is gonna find the Mercy, so no res there, and Poplots reses Bob Guy, so that's gonna be a main advantage for Council of Anime Girls. Hog gets Chisel, kills coming in for Council of Anime Girl. They're likely gonna hold here.
Yeah, no, that was definitely a good use of those ultimates there. Like I said, using them to control space and even get some picks there. And that's exactly what you want to see out of the use of those tank ults. They're not really big playmaking ultimates, but if you can find the value out of them, they can be very, very devastating. And now we're going to see a comp switch come here. Jack will be off that hog onto the Winston, so they're going to go full on with this dive now.
Yeah, and he was on that Zarya for a moment there, but got booped off and just switched to the Winston. Now it's gonna be final fight here for both teams, so this is do or die for both teams here. But Blackman is gonna get demeched very early by the dive from SpongeBob Mac and Cheese, and Blackman's the Baby Diva gonna go down. Hawk does get Madison with the Pulse Bomb, however, and the copy from Bob Guy is out onto the Wrecking Ball, but he gets instantly taken down with the Focus Fire. Clown Dog does get Nico, and the res comes out to Blackman, but Chuzzle gets a Cur. It's a back and forth, which Council of Anime Girls coming up with kills. Hawk with 4 or 5 kills in the kill feed. Hawk putting his team on his back for this final fight, and SpongeBob Mac and Cheese gonna need to touch Madison on the Lucio. Can't get there, and it's gonna be first round going to Council of Anime Girls here.
Yeah, well, they certainly don't want to make it. They certainly want to make it interesting for us, right? Council does not want to make this a stop in either way. It's scaring us a bit there. They are the favorite going into this match, but SpongeBob Mac and Cheese looking pretty good there with their unorthodox comp pick. I want to point out there at the end, there's a reason we separate final blows and eliminations there. Hawk not really doing a lot of damage, but he's the one to find all those final picks there. And they're a measure of different things. That's what I say all the time. Eliminations are important, right? Because it shows how many the focus fire you have if you're able to get a lot of eliminations with the help of your teammates. But those final blows, that shows who really has the finishing power on Coag. And there it is, Hawk getting 5 final blows in that final fight and able to bring that one home for his team.
Absolutely, and now we're going to see the Symmetra and the May coming out from SpongeBob Mac and Cheese, a bit of a different style, and they're going to TP to point, but Alcura is there to meet them, but he is going to get forced out by the double main tanks of SpongeBob Mac and Cheese. He's slamming in, he's just trying to get some value. Hawk does find Madison in the back line, however, Hawk finds Alex Yoshi. Both supports already down for SpongeBob Mac and Cheese. It's not looking good for them. Chuzzle does get Clown Dog, but already 4 down for them, and it looks like Coag is going to take the first cap with the early picks. Hawk finding 3 in that fight.
Yeah, that was a really big pick there. Madison falling early really spelled disaster there for SpongeBob Mac and Cheese. A really good dive there from Alcor and Hawk talking to each other and making sure they're coordinated on that, and they're able to find the most important pick in this composition. And now we will see a full comp swap coming through for SpongeBob Mac and Cheese. They will be deciding to not mirror, but they will also be going on to the ball off tank composition, and they're going to stick their signature Farah pick.
Yeah, absolutely. But what do you think about this Lucio coming out from Alex Yoshi? Something we haven't seen a lot so far in this season.
Yeah, I think it's strange. The Zen Lucio is very strange, especially given the fact that you have a Pharah right now. Not giving that a Mercy is a very bad idea, in my opinion. But, maybe they can find the value with it, but probably not this fight, as we see Bob Guy and Alcra lighten up the kill feed.
Bob Guy absolutely destroying SpongeBob Mac and Cheese on that Echo, and he almost has his copy, so we're going to be able to see what he can do with it. And Council of Anime Girls just winning a very decisive second fight there. Blatman falls off the map for a reset.
Yeah, no, that is... hopefully he'll be able to get back in time. They still should be in control here. Percentage is ticking up. 2 more good fights available for Mac and
Jack
Cheese.
falls off the map again from Alcura! Okay, this is what, the 5th move Alcura has gone on to Jack this round alone?
He's just a really, really good ball player, what can you say? And there's another one, he gets it onto the Echo of all characters.
Not exactly an easy character to boot, but he just finds the way, and it looks like it's going to be another fight one for Council. SpongeBob Mac and Cheese, it's looking dire for them. It's going to be 80% and counting, most likely final fight. Not a lot of ults to work with in Council of Anime Girls, just holding strong here.
Yeah, no, they got the tangle, but one was gonna fall.
Mr. Mustard Man, that's not exactly a great start to this fight for SpongeBob Mac and Cheese, but they're just going to fight on 94% and counting. They're going to have to touch this point. They are going to be able to chisel just on that Echo. Finds Clown Dog in the backline with the flank. Nico gets Bob Guy, but Clown Dog is going to get rezzed. However, still a man advantage for SpongeBob Mac and Cheese. Blatman is getting isolated on point. He can't get heals. He's going to get taken out of Mac and taken down. And it looks like it's going to be a one fight for SpongeBob Mac and Cheese, and they're going to be extending this round, at least for now.
Yeah, Mac and Cheese doing a really good job of doing what we call going first. They're able to use their abilities first, and even though they don't have the advantage in ult economy, they're able to find more value because they just simply went before their opponents did. I think it was a really, really poor choice for Council of Anime Girls not to use their ultimates as soon as they did, and now we will have a lot of ults going into this next fight.
Yeah, Mr. Mustard Man did use the Pulse Bomb, but was not able to find anything. Chuzzle on that Wrecking Ball, just building up to that minefield, is going to let it go right away, denying that area. As you said, the Mercy popped from Alex gets very low, and Mr. Mustard Man's going to win the Priester duel against Hawk. That's an early man advantage. Transcendence coming out from Madison. No ults from Council of Anime Girls so far, and it looks like SpongeBob Mac and Cheese is going to be holding for now as Council backs off.
Yeah, once again, we see them hesitant to use their ults. They've had that minefield, which is such a good engagement tool. It's just like extra disruption on disruption when you combo with that pile driver. Can lead to a lot of quick picks, but a miscommunication there from Hawk and Alcura, and they engage at separate times, and they aren't able to find value. We're like, Council's kind of put themselves in a really bad spot here. They need to start using these ultimates they've got.
Absolutely, but still at least a fight and a half here for Council. Alcura just kind of backcapping right now. Bomb coming out from Blatman. Bob Guy on the Zarya copy. So both support ults. Council of Anime Girls pouring all their ults, and they are going to get the kill onto Jack. And they are going to find more kills. Madison and Alex Yoshi, both supports taken down. Bob Guy does go down, but it doesn't look like it's going to matter. Clownbug coming out with 2 here at the end, and it looks like Council of Anime Girls is going to take this cap, and it looks like they are going to take this first round of Lijiang Tower.
I mean, who would have thought, right? When you actually use your ultimates, you have a much higher chance of winning the game. That's crazy. Who would predict that? Not me, I'll tell you what.
Who would have thought?
Would have thought. It's not like I said it like 4 times, definitely not. But yeah, no, Council of Anime Girls was definitely in the advantage there. They just needed to actually use their abilities, and while SpongeBob Mac and Cheese really hung with them and made it close, not able to pull it out in the end. But they're definitely looking a lot better than I thought they would coming into this match. SpongeBob Mac and Cheese did not look very good in preseason, but in the regular season games, they have really put in work against some good teams in Storybook Villains and Council of Anime Girls. So I'm not going to count them out yet. They definitely have what it takes to turn this one back around. Council is definitely going to have to bite the head off the snake here if they want to get a convincing win tonight.
Absolutely. SpongeBob Mac and Cheese did put up that fight last week, so we are going to see how Council stacks up. Next map type is going to be Escort with Rialto, Route 66, and Watchpoint Gibraltar in this map pool. And it looks like we are going to be going to Rialto for SpongeBob Mac and Cheese. And what do you think of this choice, Misfit?
Yeah, I think Rialto is probably the worst map you can pick against Council of Anime Girls. One of, if not their best map. In preseason, we saw them absolutely dominate on this map. They run a really, really good strat here with the Hanzo Echo. Like I said on the Nest, and I've said time and time again, Coag's DPS line is very, very solid. They have Sempra, Bob Guy, Hawk, all very talented players. I talk about Hawk all the time because I'm a simp, and that's just how it goes. But I really do want to see some stuff come out. The thing that made Council have a close one on this one last time against Barbecue Dad was their inability to really close it out, right? They let Barbecue Dad stick around a little too long on this map. They didn't win fights as fast as they should have on this map. So I'm going to be seeing what adjustments they've made from here to now. I will mention they did full hold on Rialto, but it was not as clean as the scoreline might add. They definitely could have played it a bit better. I'm going to be looking in for Alker's engagements. He does a really good job on this map of finding engagements in open space, which is what you want to do on the ball. You want to give as many angles as possible for your DPS to follow up on your engages, and he does a great job of that. I want to see Poplutz continue to just be a really good Mercy. He has a knack for finding these reses and really turning these fights around. We've seen it multiple times now on Lijiang. And most of all, I just want to see a good match between these two teams.
Absolutely, and now we are going to see a sub Deadly Pants coming in for Alex Yoshi here on the side of SpongeBob Mac and Cheese.
All right, so it looks like they finally get rid of the ringer. And, Alex Yoshi didn't do a terrible job. But again, a ringer, it's not the person you've played with for your scrims. It's not the person you've really bonded with and gotten to know in-game and gotten used to their playstyle. So even though his skill holds up, his comms might be off. It might just be different than what they're used to. So I think getting Deadly Pants back in here will definitely add to their ability to win this game. It's going to be a much more consistent part of their roster. I think they look much better now with an actual player in here. Something that I want to point out, though, I'm a little confused. I don't know where Ares is right because we did see this a little bit. Jack goes on to he went on the tank on Sunday for their preseason game, right? So it might be that Ares is just not available on Sundays, and then they choose to run Jack on tank instead of DPS. That could be what it is, but I guess I don't know. So SpongeBob Mac and Cheese not with the roster they use against Storybook Villains. We'll have to see if that has an impact as we continue this match.
Absolutely, Jack on the tank. We'll see how he goes. He did play a lot there on the Winston, on the Zarya for a second, on the Hog. So it's gonna be a bit of a mystery to see how he's going to play on Rialto Council of Anime Girls. With a lot of good performances on Rialto so far. You mentioned the full hold, but they were able to come out with the wins both in the preseason and the regular season so far. SpongeBob Mac and Cheese ran a lot of different things there. They ran the double main tank to start the second round. They ran the Pharah, the Echo, the Tracer, lots of different DPS combos. So what do you think? What do you think they're going to be running here coming into Rialto?
That's a good question. Both these teams do have interesting strats here, and I touched a little bit on councils before. But I want to for SpongeBob Mac and Cheese. Obviously they run this Pharah a lot. I think this is a map we can get a lot of value out of that Pharah. Mr. Mustard Man really doing work on that Pharah against Storybook Villains. That was actually the map that I liked the most between those two teams. That last match was SpongeBob Mac and Cheese versus Storybook Villains on Rialto. Brutal One is a very talented hitscan player, and he kind of got dominated in a couple of duels with this Pharah. So, Mr. Mustard Man, definitely a very talented Pharah player. We'll have to see if he sticks with that as we get into this match. The thing that we saw from them, right, is they ran that hog ball, and then they ran like hog ball, and then they also ran like ball Zarya. And then they would run like Tracer and Pharah, and they would dive with the Pharah. Like the Pharah would drop down out of the air to ensure that they would hit a rocket on their opponent, and it would work because they did it correctly. And it was really weird and really interesting. And I think as teams get used to it, it won't have the same success rate, but it's still a really, really interesting strategy. It doesn't look like they'll actually play it here. Looks like they will be opting for the more consistent, reliable Echo pick out of Jack.
Yeah, no, it looks like Deadly Pants is going to be on the tank here, so bit of an interesting Deadly Pants on the ball here, so we are going to see the ball Zarya coming out from SpongeBob Mac and Cheese with the classic Zen Mercy, though they are on attack, so they could change it up whenever they'd like. However, Coag on the defense can't do that. They are going to be running out with the double sniper. We've seen this before. Bokgai and Hawk on the Ash and the Hanzo with the Sigma and the ball. So let's... SpongeBob Mac and Cheese are going to be rolling out on that ball Zarya, and Jack is going to be on the DPS and not the tank this round.
Yeah, no, that's a little bit of an interesting pick, but, it is what they ran against Storybook Villains, so it's possible they want to go back to a more consistent roster slot there as Black gets moved off high ground. Coag's kind of getting pushed back here. They need to be careful about grouping up. They do not want to be
getting very back up here, and Mustard Man already in the back trying to find those picks. The Sakarta's getting pushed, but Hawk finds the pick onto Jack with that Mercy damage boot, and Madison is going to go down, but he does get the res onto Jack. though he does give his life for it, and it doesn't look like SpongeBob Mac and Cheese still fighting this, but it doesn't look like they're going to commit too much. Just going to wait for Madison to come back to take this 66, but Hawk's not going to let him. He's going to get the pick onto Nico, Jack, and Mr. Mustard Man, and that's going to be a full reset here for SpongeBob Mac and Cheese.
Yeah, Coag can give me whatever crap they want for as much as I talk about Hawk, but I mean, there's a reason I talk about him. He's a really talented player. Something I do want to highlight there is SpongeBob's Mac and Cheese not doing a very good job of staging their dives. Deadly Pants and Mustard Man kind of going in at separate times, and it really hurt their ability to finish off targets there. Poplets and Clown Dog able to heal their teammates back up. They're going to have to clean that up if they want to break this strong Council defense.
Absolutely, and Alcura getting the early Boop or Wrecking Ball duel against Deadly Pants gets Mr. Mustard Man. The Dragon Strike comes out from Bob Guy. Chuzzle goes down to Hawk, and it's going to be another quick reset for SpongeBob Mac and Cheese.
Yeah, and now, ultimates are still available. That was a really good use of the Dragon Strike there to cause some chaos there and follow up on some picks. And now Hawk will have that Bob, which is really strong in this composition, because what you'll see Council do is they'll use Bob to stall Cart while the rest of them sit in really, really good positions on really good angles and stay away from that Cart because they don't want to be there, right? Blatt's the only one who really wants to be near it. And even then, he doesn't want to be right on it most of the time. So very, very interesting counterplay we're going to see here.
Yeah, Nico gets picked off, but the res is going to come out, so it is going to be a 6v6 coming out. SpongeBob Mac and Cheese's Tracer and Ball are behind, but they are getting split, are getting spot out. The Bob does come out onto Cart, as you mentioned, is just shooting the back line of SpongeBob Mac and Cheese, but the kills are coming in. Guy goes down to Mr. Mustard Man. Mr. Mustard Man gets Hawk, but Hawk is going to get the dynamite onto him and is... However, the Trant out from Chuzzle here just finishes keeping his team alive. Council of Anime Girls not with a full reset yet. Alcura committing the minefield onto Cart. The Flux comes out from Bob Guy, but Alcura goes down, and Nico survives the Flux here. Deadly Pants gets Pop Lots with his minefield, and Jack gets Blattman. Nico goes down to Alcura's minefield. Don't exactly know what happens there, but he is going to get rezzed right back up, and it does look like SpongeBob Mac and Cheese most likely will almost get this first points here. They do commit the trans. Council is going to commit the trans here. They are going to contest. Blattman is on the Diva for the quicker contest, and Mr. Mustard Man is going to go down. Council of Anime Girls fighting this. Bob Guy is going to go down to the Hog, so it's still a 5v5 fight here. Jack on the Wrecking Ball drops a minefield. Nico committing the whole Hog as well, and SpongeBob Mac and Cheese finally getting the cap here, and they are going to be marching into second point. Alcura off the map, and we are going to get a pause here. It looks like a disconnect did happen.
Yeah, Deadly Pants, unfortunately DCing from the server. Not what you like to see, but on that ball he'll get back pretty quick. So not a too big of an issue, especially after the one fight here. Definitely won't cause too many problems for them. I think what really screwed it there for Council of Anime Girls is they used the Dragon Strike, but they used it too close to the cart, and so it actually started up. Like, the animation for doing damage actually went past where all the members of SpongeBob Mac and Cheese were. So it actually missed all of them. If he had backed up a little bit with his jump and then used it, he actually might have gotten some picks there and been able to turn the fight for his team, but just a little bit too close. And unfortunately, they do not get the value out of that ultimate. And now they are down to just a Bob for this next fight against a, not a huge ult economy from their opponents, but still both support ults coming online for their opponents means that they will have a tough time being able to finish off some targets here.
Absolutely, and Blattman now on that Diva instead of that Sigma. Is he going to stick with it through this second point, and do you think it's going to be a better play than the Sigma?
I think he'll be more survivable against the dive, but my concern is here, Diva doesn't really have any counterplay to Hog's hook. When she's the one getting hooked, she can DM her teammates, but if she gets hooked, she's kind of screwed. So I don't know how much I like this. We'll have to see. Blattman's a very talented Diva player, so he might be fine on it. But we'll have to see how it goes when we get back into this match.
Absolutely. SpongeBob Mac and Cheese with a bit of an ult economy here with 3 ults, as you mentioned. Now Council of Anime Girls with a bit of a ult deficit, but we have seen them turn fights around with whether it be Hawk, Bob Guy, Blattman, or Alcura coming up bit with the help of their supports.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We're still unfortunately in the pause right now. There's a little bit of talk about whether or not auto pause should even be on, but it didn't happen mid-fight, so it shouldn't be too big of an issue. I think what Council needs to do here, I want to make this very clear, with this like double sniper look that they have with, Hawk and Bob Guy on Ash and Hanzo, what they really need to do here, they need to be able to win this first fight on second point. Because one of the best chokes in the game is that choke where you're on high ground of Rialto's second point, overlooking the attacker's spawn with 2 snipers, because it is so hard for your opponents to even get near a position where they can fight back. And it just becomes really suffocating for the attackers. They usually end up having to switch comps, and it usually can waste a lot of time here. So I think if Council is able to win the first fight after Deadly Pants gets back, they will put themselves in a really, really good position to win this map.
Absolutely, and we've seen them do this before with the double sniper, just using that long sightline to let Hawk and Bob Guy just roam free and just get those picks, get those kills, and just have this hold on Rialto. Nico is back on the Hog here. We've been seeing a bit of Hog here and there from teams, but it hasn't exactly been working well. And why do you think that is? Is it because Hog is such a one-pick hero, or do you think there's something else here?
I mean, Hog is a good pick. He's just risky, right? Because again, you need to be getting value out of your hook. It's an extra stun for the ball. It can definitely, it's a really good ultimate in this meta. Definitely not as good, or definitely not very good against the Hog Orisa Brawl comp we saw back in Overwatch League in Season 2 at the end. But against this composition, it's really, really good at controlling space and getting just like one pick, right? Those single picks are what really turn fights. And, Hog does have more pick potential than Sigma or, Zarya or D.Va, just because of his ability to get that hook, that one shot on any squishy character, of which there are many in this composition. But again, it's risky. If you miss those hooks, you get no value for like 8 seconds. And that's really bad compared to a character like D.Va or Zarya, which can get value all the time.
Absolutely. Now Hawk getting a pick off onto Jack here, and Nico gets punished for being very ahead of his team. A bit out of position, a misplay there, but it does look like SpongeBob is going to fight this Deadly Pants. Almost gets body blocked and discorded and killed, but he is going to be able to get there alive. Alcura just kind of dancing around on cart, stalling it for the time being. He's going to get out. SpongeBob Mac and Cheese just fighting on this corner here. The Bob comes out from Hawk on that corner. Can't really contest the cart there forever. However, double support ults coming out from SpongeBob Mac and Cheese. They're going to be pushing forward. Council of Anime Girls trying to back off, but Hawk gets isolated. However, Bob Guy with the pick onto Mr. Mustard Man does equalize it here. Bomb is going to come out from Blatman. Doesn't find anything, but Alcura finds Nico, and Hawk is going to get res with the space that it created. SpongeBob Mac and Cheese getting pushed back, but 2 picks coming in as I say that. Clown Dog and Hawk go down, but Blatman gets Madison. It's back and forth all around. Both teams just so fighting it. Deadly Pants goes off the map. Don't exactly know what happened there. Alcura just harassing the backline of SpongeBob Mac and Cheese. He's going to find a Chuzzle. Looks like a player advantage here for Council of Anime Girls. However, SpongeBob Mac and Cheese just going to be holding this, not fully committing, but they are going to just be holding this angle here.
Oh, no. They need a full reset here. They need to back out. I don't know what they were doing. They were staying in way too long, and now they're just falling one by one.
Yeah, the big staggers are coming in, and especially with the time bank that they have, only 1:20 left here, and still respawning. Nico on the Hog, no movement abilities. He's going to be slow to get back, and it's going to be almost under a minute left by the time they get to cart here.
Yeah, now they put themselves in a pretty bad position here, stalling that out for so long. While they have ultimates that they can work with here, so do their opponents now, which they didn't have before, so yeah, definitely not the right position for them.
Jack copies a Wrecking Ball, gets the minefield out right before he dies. Bob Guy walks into the minefield, gets taken down. Madison alone on card, can't find anyone to Valkyrie to, but they're going to live. Jack also falls into the minefield, but SpongeBob Mac and Cheese put the momentary player advantage on the cart. However, Bob coming out from Hawk, going to stall that cart for a while now. Blatman on that D.Va also contesting, and Alcura gets Deadly Pants with the minefield. Kills coming in from Alcura's minefield, equalizing it for Council of Anime Girls. Madison, however, gets the res. Blatman is going to get D-Mech. He is going to have the bomb, however, for the remech, but that's a lot of space created now. Just a stalemate here. Both teams shipping away, but Bob Guy gets Mustard Man whole out from Nico, but he is going to get Dragon Strike, however, lives. Now Chuzzle forced to use the Dragon Strike. Madison in that Val keeping his team alive. Blatman is going to get D-Mech by the whole Hog, but Bob Guy with the pick onto Jack. Nico gets the Baby Diva, and the trance coming out from Clown Dog just for the contest. Alcura on cart with the Discord is just going to be creating chaos. Now into overtime. SpongeBob Mac and Cheese have to stay on cart. Nico gets Bob Guy, but 2 kills already down for SpongeBob Mac and Cheese. Jack on the Sombra here, trying to get back to point, but however, Hawks find the pick onto Chuzzle. The minefield from Alcura is out on point. It's just Deadly Pants for SpongeBob Mac and Cheese. He rolls right into the mines. Jack also going to be running into the mines here, and it looks like Council of Anime Girls is just going to hold here on second point.
I just watched quite possibly the most tilting interaction I've ever seen. Alcura was trying to go back, kind of towards the crates on the attacker's side there on that final fight. And he was getting body blocked by a Tracer who was standing still. And the Tracer waved to him. And Alcura, he got out of ball form and just lasered him, killed him, and took the Tracer out of the fight, and then proceeded to kill like 4 people. And I think Mustard Man kind of wants the run back on that one. Because I think he's thinking to himself, like, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I should have just finished him off when I had the chance.
Bit of a lack in judgment there from Mustard Man. Alcura's minefield did come up huge in that fight, finding a lot of those kills that were turning the fight for Council, so he's going to be regretting that. He does show the Pharah on this defense, as you mentioned, so we are going to see that in here.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to see how they do it. It's a lot easier to run on defense when you can set up a lot easier with that Pharah. Pharah's kind of a character who's hard to get in position because of the way her resources work, but on defense, you get to choose where your positioning is, like, right away, right? You have full access to the map before the round even starts, so, a lot easier for Mustard Man to run it on this defense here. And, we'll have to see how it works. We're seeing a very unorthodox comp right now from the side of Council. I doubt they'll stay on this. Alcura's not.
Absolutely, yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, I wouldn't completely rule it out. Okay, never mind. I do rule it out.
Yeah, the standard just coming out from Council. Nothing we haven't seen before. And it's just going to be the standard Diva ball from both teams. Almost a mirror. However, it just looks like Mustard Man and Jack. Mustard Man being the only difference compared to Bob Guy's Echo. And he's going to be showing his impact on the far right away. Gets the pick onto Clown Dog.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to see out of your Pharah. I mentioned this before. Mustard Man doing a really, really good job of aiming those rockets. He has a tendency to dive on this Pharah, but he can still hit those long-range shots, too. He's no slouch with those.
Absolutely. Poplot's also getting taken down by Nico, so that's 2 early picks from Council of Anime Girls. They're going to be forced to take a bit more passive. Blackman also getting demeched. He's likely just going to reset, and it's going to be a full reset here for Council.
Yeah, and definitely not the way they wanted that fight to go, but they're going to have a better idea of what they're going up against in this next fight. They will be switching Hawk over onto that Ash, which I think is a good pick. Hawk is such a consistent hit scan player. I think he will do a good job at dealing with Mustard Man, or at least zoning him, because Mustard Man's doing a really, really good job of using this cover. I won't think it'll be too easy to just kill him outright.
Absolutely. Mustard Man already showing his impact, finding a lot of picks there. But Nico, bit of an overextension there, does get demeched and killed, and even in the baby form. And he was out of position, so no res is going to be coming in from Madison. Counts of Anime Girls pushing their advantage, just getting all the way up to this corner, and it looks like they're going to be trying to take that high ground. However, Deadly Pants does find the pick onto Clown Dog, but as I say that, Bob Guy finds Jack. Once again, a very back-and-forth fight here coming out from both teams. However, it does look like Council of Anime Girls just on this high ground, looking like they have the better positioning. However, the dive coming in from Deadly Pants almost has the minefield. Flatman's mech is going to go down, but Deadly Pants giving his own life. The bomb comes out from Nico, doesn't find much, and Deadly Pants is going to get rezzed. However, Bob Guy goes down from Chuzzle, so picks coming in for SpongeBob Mac and Cheese, and Council of Anime Girls already on a player disadvantage. They're going to have to reset here.
Yeah, now we're seeing Council kind of get a taste of their own medicine here. They usually stop on this map, but now they're getting full health, which is what they did to Barbecue Dad in their Friday game. So, they're definitely going to have to make the adjustments here. No ults to work with, but they have a few coming online. But compared to the ult advantage their opponents have, it's kind of, scary.
Yeah, but Mustard Man does go down, and the Mercy also dies, so that's no res going to be coming in. Deadly Pants does get Clown Dog, but already Hawk has found 3 for the side of Council. Jack finds Poplot, so SpongeBob is still committing to this fight. Nico contesting that cart, but he's just going to get absolutely laser taken down very quickly. The execution, it's just Jack now, but he's going to get taken down. Deadly Pants does find Hawk, however, and Mustard Man finds Bob Guy, so it's still a fighting chance for SpongeBob Mac and Cheese. They're doing a very good job of just finding these picks and staying alive, and Council's not going to be able to get the second point. They're going to get held again, and like you said, under a minute now for Council. It is a possibility that they could get full health here.
Yeah, and no, Deadly Pants doing work with Jack in the pack there. They're able to find both supports, and that's what really turned the fight there, is taking that support offline for Clown Dog. Even in a fight where it looked like they were losing, able to find those fight-turning picks is such a very big advantage.
However, bomb comes out from Blatman, doesn't find anything so far, and it looks like Alcura just getting discorded, forced out of that position, has to get out here. Alcura goes down, however, 2 Deadly Pants in the Wrecking Ball. Well, the barrage out for Mustard Man, but he's not going to find any kills, but he does get Clown Dog with the normal rocket. 3 kills already out for SpongeBob. The bomb from Bob Guy doesn't find anything. He is going to be able to get back in the Echo Mech, however, but he's going to get taken down, and it's going to be a final fight here for Council of Anime Girls, and after they did hold that second point, they're going to get staggered out here. Bob Guy with a bit of a late pick, and it's going to be up on Alcura to try and get this touch here. Clown Dog found Jack, so that's already a good start to the fight, and Poplots does res Bob Guy. Bomb out from Nico just to remake. Jack out to the Bastion here. I don't know what he plans to do here. Hawk finds the pick onto Madison. Chuzzle gets Akura, but that's already 3 picks coming in for Council of Anime Girls. Jack on that Bastion trying to find something, but Council doing a very good job of staying out of that line of sight. However, they are still stalling out here, but Deadly Pants finds... Hawk finds Deadly Pants. Jack gets Clown Dog, who's going to get taken down. Mustard Man gets Poplots, but it's all in vain. They are going to go down. Mustard Man just trying to find something, but he's going to get taken down. Not before Chuzzle finds Hawk, however. So still a messy fight, but a good one for SpongeBob Mac and Cheese.
Yeah, now they're going to get staggered out here and allow Council of Anime Girls to really establish a foothold on this second point here. Remember, they stopped SpongeBob Mac and Cheese deep on this second point, so they don't need to complete the map all the way. They have enough time to get where they need to go, which is near the end of second point here. All they really have to do is win one fight convincingly, and the map should be theirs.
Absolutely, but we haven't exactly seen a lot of convincing fight wins, but as I say that, Deadly Pants gets taken down. The res does, however, come out from Madison immediately, so SpongeBob Mac and Cheese still on that 6v6. Here, all of Council of Anime Girls just hiding on Alcura into the backline, trying to find something. Nico is going to get lasered down, taken out. Chuzzle also goes down to Alcura. Not exactly a good look. Clown Dog is trancing in the backline. Hawk gets Jack with the headshot. Not looking exactly very good here for SpongeBob Mac and Cheese. They're already down a lot of members. It's going to be up to Deadly Pants here for the final contest. The bomb is out from Hawk. The bomb out from the Blatman just to show some space. However, the recontest is coming out from SpongeBob, so still a chance. Chuzzle with that Transcendence, keeping his team alive. A couple of ults are coming out from SpongeBob, so if they can just survive a bit longer. Bomb comes out from Bob Guy on the Echo. Doesn't find anything, but Hawk already with 2. Another bomb coming out from Bob Guy. Now he gets Deadly Pants, and now Council of Anime Girls just with the snowball after finding that first fight with the staggers. And SpongeBob Mac and Cheese just not able to find a good fight there on second point.
Yeah, well, once again, I think they came really close to proving us wrong about how we expected this match to go. It's 2-0 right now, but SpongeBob Mac and Cheese has been hanging with them, right? They have not been that match has been rolling the way that I expected them to, the way they did in preseason. So we're going to see a little bit of Alcura there with the mechanics, able to boop a ball off the map, which is again one of those characters you just don't see get booped off a lot. Has a lot of mobility tools, but Alcura is an insane player, right? I can talk about my old teammates, Hawk and Blatman, all I want, but what makes Coag so scary is the fact that they are so skillful throughout the roster that they can compete with pretty much every roster in this league.
Absolutely. We've seen a lot of high-impact plays coming out from all of them, including their supports, their tanks, their DPS, all of them contributing. However, SpongeBob Mac and Cheese not going down with the fight. A lot of those fights were very scrappy, very close. None of them were exactly decisive fight wins, as we've been used to seeing from Council of Anime Girls in other matches. We're now going to go into our third here. SpongeBob Mac and Cheese down 2-0 versus Council of Anime Girls. They're going to have to reverse sweep here. Hybrid now, Eichenwald, Blizzard World, Hollywood. We've seen a lot of Blizzard World coming out, and do you think it's going to be Blizzard World now for map 3?
Yeah, I don't think that's their best bet, to be honest. I think that'll definitely fall to the strategies of Coag here. They're probably going to run the Ashe again because they've scouted the Pharah. They know they like to run it. And I think an Ashe on defensive Blizzard World is just going to spell disaster for any Pharah, even as good as Mustard Man has been doing on it. So I don't think Blizzard World is something that we're going to see here. I think Hollywood would be the best bet if you still want to run that Pharah. There's a lot of cover they can use to get close. They do need to usually use their concussion mind to really get in. But still, like, if they want to dive the way they've been known to do, I think they're definitely going to want a Hollywood map pick here. You can also get away with Eichenwald. There's that tower on first point that you can just fly around and kind of be an annoying gnat, playing that cover really, really well. But, I would still think Hollywood is their best bet overall.
Absolutely. However, you've mentioned this. They are going to be going to Eichenwald here for their hybrid map choice. So, not Hollywood, but not Blizzard World either. And I am excited to see something we haven't seen a lot of here. We've seen a lot of Hollywood, but not a lot of the other map types. So I'm excited to see how this plays out. SpongeBob Mac and Cheese now having to reverse sweep Coag here, and we haven't seen any of those so far in this season, but there is a first time for everything. So SpongeBob Mac and Cheese not out of it yet, and they have been playing pretty good. And what do you think they're going to need to do to win this third map and keep this match going?
I think they're doing a good job. There's just one fight that gets turned on them, and then once that happens, they're unable to really bring it back. It's happened on like all three maps that we've seen so far, right? We've seen it on Rialto. We've seen it on both points of our control map, Lijiang, where they were ahead, they had the value, and then they just lost one key fight, and it all fell apart for them. So I think being able to reset mentally after losing a fight like that is very, very important to their success here going forward. Eichenwald is their map pick, so they're definitely going to be prepared on it. It's probably their best map they could pick in the scenario. There'd be no other reason for them to pick it. So yeah, we'll have to see what they can do here. They will be starting off on our attack, so it will be on them to set the pace of this, what could be final map.
Yeah, no, Eichenwald, the hybrid map coming in. Now we see Council of Anime Girls are going to have to take this map to win this series, or SpongeBob Mac and Cheese going to have to take this map to keep this series alive. Council of Anime Girls has been very good so far, but we'll have to see how this match plays out. Now Sempra is going to be coming in for Bob Guy here on the side of Council of Anime Girls. What does this mean for you, Misfit?
What this means to me is that they're probably going to run something like a Hanzo Tracer. Typically when we see Hawk and Bob Guy together, it's because they want to be able to run like an Echo and then like a Hanzo, or right? We saw it there on on Rialto there quite a bit. They did run the Ash Echo, the Ash Hanzo. We saw stuff like that. Sempra, when he's in, he typically plays the Tracer. So I would expect to see that here. It doesn't really make a lot of sense for them to put Hawk on the Echo now. Bob Guy seems to be the guy they want on that Echo. So I would assume we're going to see something like an Ash Tracer or a Hanzo Tracer come out from this DPS launch.
Absolutely, and we are going to see this come out as Council should be on the defense here on Eichenwald. Mustard Man on that far did do a very good job last round, so we will see if he's sticking with it here. He is going to be picking that, but they are an attack once again, so they can change however they like. Alcura on the Zarya here, not something we've seen a lot from Council so far. He fell off the map. He's trolling. But
yeah, he's got a ball. He's kind of a ball one trick. His former name was Hammond Godhand. With the GDH abbreviation, just like Nico from the Overwatch League. And now he's changed his name to Alcura, which, for those of you that don't know, I'm probably butchering that pronunciation because it's actually Arabic for ball. Really, really funny guy he is, calling himself Ball. But he's really, really good on that hammer. We've seen it time and time again. He has just been dominant on this character, and I hope to see him continue that as we get into this next match. But again, Deadly Pants has been no slouch either on that ball. His counterpart has definitely been, doing a lot of work, but I'm sure he's looking to get something of his own here as we get into this what could be final map.
Alcura is getting ignored here by Mr. Mustard Man and Madison, so he is going to be able to just sneak in. Jack is on the Widow, not something we've seen a lot of this season. Alcura immediately finds the pick onto Chuzzle. A good start here for Council. Hawk finds Mr. Mustard Man, and that's already 2 picks in for SpongeBob. Already a lost fight, a very decisive lost fight here for SpongeBob Mac and Cheese. Council of Anime Girls already showing that they do not want to take this to a map 4. They want to win this now.
Yeah, I gotta be honest there. My favorite part about that kill on the Zen there was that it was a solo kill in the middle of like 4 people.
Absolutely.
He just walked in and killed him. There was nothing else. He just walked in, power drive, and killed the Zen. It was an absolute murder. No other way to describe it.
Absolutely, and he was already there. He did not get scouted out for Mr. Mustard Man, who walked past him, and he's now going to get Madison gets lasered by Hawk. Sempra finds the kill onto Jack and Chuzzle. Alcura, however, does go down, but he is on the ball, so most likely will be back for that next fight. Nico is now on that Sigma, not something we've seen him play so far, so we're going to see how that plays out. Jack is lots of swaps coming in from SpongeBob.
They're done with this ball. Is what they're switching. They're like, all right, we're done with you. We've had enough of your BS. Now we're going full stun mode. We got the Brig. We got the Kree. Just try and engage on us. See what happens.
Absolutely, Brig. Not something we see a lot. And Alcura's still gonna find the pick onto Nico, however, not exactly in the back line. But stuns galore for SpongeBob, but it isn't gonna help him here. Another just 3 kills coming in for Council of Anime Girls. They're pushing all the way into SpongeBob's spawn. Late picks onto Chuzzle, gonna stagger them out even more. And now just about 2 minutes on the clock for SpongeBob Mac and Cheese.
Yeah, and they have just about every ultimate to work with here. So, clearly in the driver's seat now for the anime girls here. The Weebs are in control of this match. We're going to have to see what they do here. It looks like Alcro will be looking to engage from behind.
Yes, and Sempra already there gets a stick onto Jack. Absolutely beautiful stick there. No mercy, so not resable. Alcura is still behind. Madison is walking right in front of him. The knock-in does come in, and it does look like Deadly Pants get knocked in. He is going to commit the minefield here onto point, and he's just going to sit back and cap. But the reverse power drive coming in from Alcura. Hawk has the duplicate Sigma pop lots on that Mercy. Hawk, however, not finding any kills, but an absolutely massive flux coming out from Blattman, but the trans from Chuzzle is going to take it down, but Mustard Man does, however, go down. Nico getting pooped into Council of Anime Girls. The high noon coming out from Jack.
Clown down the trend!
Nice! That's absolutely huge. No ults now here for Council of Anime Girls, and now with 2 picks coming in from SpongeBob Mac and Cheese, it's looking better and better for them. Alcura, however, does find Jack, but SpongeBob Mac and Cheese already with a tick, so their endeavors are not in waste. However, Alcura just stalling out on that point for now. The rally coming out from Madison just to stabilize. Alcura is still on point with the Mercy Pocket, so it doesn't look like he'll be dying anytime soon. Hawk finds Chuzzle. The flux is out from Nico, finding Alcura. However, the Transcendence out from Clown Dog saves it, and he is going to be able to save his teammate. Mustard Man goes down. It looks like Council could be turning this fight here. Jack finds Clown Dog, so SpongeBob that's out of it.
Oh, Jack!
Finds 3! Jack is putting his team on his back. Nico finds Sempra. Hawk finds Madison. Kills coming in from Seth. Jack finally goes down to the likes of Alcura, but it does look like Council of Anime Girls is still going to fight this, even with Jack's heroics. Alcura is going to go down. The duplicate from Hawks, the second one of this fight, if I'm not mistaken. The flux is going to come out, but Hawk gets killed, but however, he is going to find the kill onto Mustard Man with his own focusing beam. Very messy fight. Now Poplots is shooting Nico, but he is going to get taken down, but Jack coming in with kills onto Clown Dogs, and Poplots, the high noon out from him, finds Blattman. He's putting this team on his back. Now, Chuzzle on the Lucio just to touch. It looks like SpongeBob Mac and Cheese are going to be able to cap here after a grueling, what seems like one very long 2-minute team fight. Poplots pops the Valkyrie there. I think he might want that one back.
All right, yeah, both teams kind of tossed that fight in different ways, but Council of Anime Girls just tossing it a little bit harder there near the end. Alcura, who's the big stall guy for his team, goes into 3 consecutive mines. Not even in fireball mode. He was just in normal walking speed. He just walks into 3 of them and dies. Definitely removing a lot of the stall factor there. Now they still have the positional advantage, but with Hawk falling that early, it's definitely not looking good for them.
But however, they are going to get the res, and Madison on the break, they're not going to have the res available for SpongeBob, but they're just going to be happy pushing card. Jack, don't exactly know what he was doing up there, but he is going to get punished. Kills coming in for Council of Anime Girls. That's going to be another fight win here. However, Deadly Pants and Nico do get Alcura and Clown Dog, but it doesn't look like it's going to be turnable here. However, the picks are good for SpongeBob Mac and Cheese's ult economy and their kill potential. Sempra, however, on that flank, we'll see if he can get a pulse bomb or the one clip. He's just going to get out.
Yeah, now Council's in a pretty good spot here. Blattman needs to get back on high ground. I don't really like where he's at right now. He can be dove really, really easily. Sigma, while survivable, is a very diveable target because of his lack of mobility.
Absolutely. Hawk now with the duplicate onto the Echo, playing a bit passive ults coming out all around. Sempra with the huge pulse bomb onto both supports. That's most likely going to spell end for SpongeBob Mac and Cheese. They're going to be taking another full reset. 60 seconds on the clock for SpongeBob Mac and Cheese now to make something happen. Deadly Pants does get Blattman, but Hawk answers back with a kill into Mustard Man.
I don't think I've ever in my life seen Flux comboed with Pulse Bomb the way it just was. He fluxed them in a small area, so they didn't go up very high, and then someone just walked in and just tossed his Pulse Bomb straight up. Got 2. And if it's not broken, don't fix it, but it's a very unorthodox way to get kills there.
Rally out from Madison, so the extra shielding already coming out. Mustard on that Tracer, going to be a bit more durable here. Clown Dog goes down very early from Nico, but the Zen trade. Alcura gets 2 with his mines in this high noon out from Jack, however. People going to be able to shield it. Pop Lot somehow gets that res right in front of Jack's face, and now Clown Dog's going to get Jack with the orbs, doing it himself. Bomb out from Nico, doesn't find anything high in the sky. SpongeBob Mac and Cheese still fighting this. They have to. Into overtime, there's 3 on the cart. Mustard Man goes down, not a good sign. Chuzzle on that Lucio, trying to wall ride, can't find it. Clown Dog now with the trans. Sustain on cart. Council of Anime Girls look like they're going to be cleaning this up. However, Deadly Punch now with the mines could be able to turn this down around. But Pop Lutz gets the kill onto Chuzzle. Mines out. Deadly Punch gets Clown Dog, but it doesn't look like it's going to matter. Deadly Punch trying to stall this out. Madison now over to the Moira just to get this Jack onto the Widow. Seems like a bit of a desperation pick here, and Council of Anime Girls is going to have another hold on Eichenwald.
What we saw from Poplutz there was a SA Contenders res right there, as we see him res directly in front of a high nooning McCree with cover so that he can't get stunned out of it. He's able to res him back up, and that right there won him the fight because he gets that trans back. Clown Dog kind of with a bad habit of dying with Transcendence this round, but, Poplutz there with the save, with that res, and they're able to pull it out. Of course, they did give up that first point, which is a very holdable point. It is not out of the question for SpongeBob Mac and Cheese to full hold on Eichenwald here, especially because it is their map pick, so there's the ones who are used to it. But yeah, now we will be getting into Council's attack here shortly.
Absolutely. And on that kill, Jack did try and flashbang, but he just couldn't get out of that animation in time, so a bit of a misplay there. And on this defense, you did mention the Forest setup, and we did see Mustard Man have a lot of success with that Pharah on Rialto first point, almost getting that full hold, but just not quite. So we're going to be seeing if they can complete it. However, he's not going to be playing the Pharah here. He is on that Tracer with Deadly Pants on that Hog.
Yeah, this is a little bit different than what we're used to out of them. I'm curious to know what Nikolai is going to pick here. We saw a lot of Zarya from him earlier. That was with Ares on the main tank position, though. It looks like he'll be opting to go Orisa here. So we're going to see Orisa Hog with Brig Zen. This is a very... I gotta be honest here, if Council gets one good dive off, this comp is just going to fall apart like wet paper. This is a very immobile composition. They don't really have the survivability against the multi-angled dive that we're going to see here from Hawk.
And Jack immediately goes down.
I mean, that's
not a good start here for SpongeBob Mac and Cheese. Standing still gets hit by the stickies. And Alcura already forcing his way onto point. Already SpongeBob Mac and Cheese bit disorganized. Alcura knocking them all around. Gets Mr. Mustard Man with the roll through. Not sure he was looking for that, but he'll take what he can get. Nico gets down, and as you mentioned, one good dive and everything falls apart. 2 kills do come out from SpongeBob Mac and Cheese, so it is going to be recontestable. However, Clown Dog does get wrenched over here by Poplot. Council of Anime Girls just going to be capping here. Deadly Pinch trying for that hook, not finding it. Council of Anime Girls looking like they are just going to cap. No. Mr. Mustard Man wants to contest this. SpongeBob wants to contest this. And they are going to cap. Deadly Pinch does get Alcura, but it doesn't look like it's going to matter much here. And 5 minutes and 30 seconds in the time bank, and not that far to go for Council. SpongeBob Mac and Cheese has to win this if they want to stay in the series.
Yeah, no, this is gonna be do or die here, like it's been so many times before. One good fight win here for Council will win them this map and win them this match. But off to a good start here, getting Chuzzle finding Cloud Dog early. He's gonna find Alcura as well.
Mines do get Madison, however, and Hawk does get Jack, so it's a 2-for-2 trade. Hoplutz does get Clown Dog on the wrist, so man advantage here for Council of Anime Girls. Sempra does miss the stick onto Nico, and Jack now on the Sombra. A bit of an interesting pick. Haven't seen that much, so we'll see where those hacks can get him. Chuzzle transing to try and keep his team alive. That Alcura is just absolutely just rolling them around. He does get taken out by Deadly Pants, but Clown Dog bits Mustard Man. Hawk does find Deadly Pants, a bit of an overextension there. Jack on that Sombra, just trying to build up that EMP, but kills are coming in too fast for Council of Anime Girls. They're so very close to that yellow box of victory. It doesn't look like any recontest is going to be coming out from SpongeBob Mac and Cheese. Mr. Mustard Man just on that high ground. He can't even touch, and Council of Anime Girls 3-0 SpongeBob mac and cheese today.
Yeah, and like we said, though, it's not as close as the scoreline would suggest. You know, that last map was heavily in favor of Council of Anime Girls, but the other two were decently close. SpongeBob just a little bit worse than their opponents, just enough so that you know, Council can take it out. Council did look commanding. I don't want to take anything away from them. They looked really, really good today. They've definitely been improving over the course of preseason, and now you can tell that Pip-Pat's doing a great job coaching them. And I got to admit, I'm excited to see what this team can do. They won't be able to face off against any of the other top teams until later in the schedule. So we're kind of going to have to gauge them based off these matches they're expected to win. But right now, you know, only dropping a map so far this season. So very, very solid team all around.
Absolutely. It's an exceptional performance coming out for them 3-0, but as you mentioned, not as lopsided as the scoreline might suggest.
Yeah, no, we will be getting an interview here shortly. It looks like they want Poplots. I'm gonna wait for confirmation on that before I pull him in, because Poplots is has a very colorful personality. So I do want to ensure that is what they want. It looks like that is what they were going with. So we will be getting Poplots in here very shortly. Just give us a second while the producer yoinks him in, and we should be good to go here. But yeah, Poplots is a very, very solid player overall. I mentioned that he was was in South American contenders, right? He's a very talented player. Was our former Season 3 MVP in the minors division and has improved quite a bit. And you know, I think that he's going to give this team a lot in the way of comm structure. You know, he's just a very talented player, very smart player, has a lot of experience at the highest level play, and I think he can give a lot to this roster. And here he is now. Welcome, Poplots.
Hello.
And congrats on your win over the clean 3-0 over SpongeBob mac and cheese today. How are you feeling about that win?
I feel a little tired. Like, it was a lot of like moving around with Mercy because there was this guy that always chased me, like Jack. Like, he wouldn't miss a shot on me, so I would have to like very precise. A little bit tiring. Like, we had some like rearrangement on like strats that we wanted to do, or like who to focus, and we were able to pull it off. Especially on Rialto. And Rialto was tough.
Yeah, no, you guys did pretty well tonight. We were talking about it. You know, you did get the 3-0 tonight, but it was a little bit closer than the scoreline suggests. You did have some close wins over on each of these maps. But something I want to talk about with you, right, is, you know, we've talked a lot on the Nest and in these productions about the comm structure on Council of Anime Girls. And, you know I vouch for you being a very, very smart player. You know, what are you doing for this comm structure of this team?
So I have kind of like a miscellaneous role. I pretty much cover like a little bit of everything, but mostly I cover like occasional calls, and like, since I am the main support and I'm playing with a lot of vision of the field, usually with the heroes I play, doing calls on like positional stuff, and like whenever we need some guidance as well, like I step in as some kind of like a weird IGL. So I do a lot of comms in the system. Like, my English might not be the best, so they might not understand something.
You really need
like,
to stop saying that about yourself. Your English is like better than mine. It's my first language.
When I talk like quick, dude, like you really cannot understand me. So I do like a lot of callouts, and when I feel like there's like a little bit of like guidance lacking, that's where I kind of step in and tell, for example, Alcura back up, Clown Dog play forward, Clown Dog play backwards, a Hawk go for top instead of bottom, and stuff like that. I kind of like drive the team for some situations a little bit.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And we saw a lot of you. You did a very, very good job tonight with that. I can clearly tell, you know, between my time of coaching Coag and now, their comms have clearly improved. I don't even need to hear them to know. So that makes me a little bit happy to see some of my old teammates, old friends doing a little bit better.
Absolutely. We could see the comm improvement from preseason all the way to here and where you are now. And what do you think was really the deciding factor, getting almost that full hold on Eichenwald and then turning it into that second point hold? What do you think was the key factor there?
We identified the problem. Like, I'm not going to mention it right now because it would be kind of a disadvantage to like mention our or like thought process and stuff and decision making.
Yeah, no.
But like, we were able to like find out what was the problem, one of our main problems, and there was an easy solution for it. We just needed to all do the same.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Like, there was this thing where we were like pretty not doing nothing about it, and as soon as we like got together, like we lost a fight and we were talking about it. Like, we were talking about, hey, let's do this, but you gotta do this and you gotta do that. and we ended up working much more like a team and about one certain problem that we had, and we were able to like neutralize that problem, and we would always like start the fight with an advantage because of it.
Absolutely, and we could see the difference coming in with a much better performance from Council on map 3. And Misfit, do you have any more questions for Poplots here?
I just have one that I like to ask in situations like this. Obviously we get to see a lot of different things from our perspective in third person, but there are obviously things we can't see, can't hear. So is there anyone on your team that you want to shout out that you think maybe goes under the radar from time to time, or, deserves the spotlight but maybe didn't get it tonight?
I mean, I feel like Clown Dog gets pretty underrated though. Like he does commit like just like casual mistakes from time to time, but like overall, like you look at his SR and you look at the way he plays, and he doesn't play like that. Like he's like 3.3 peak and now he's down. So like,
So
I feel like he does listen to like what I say, and he does like take aggro positions when you ask him to take aggro positions. He's a smart player that maybe goes under the radar a little bit. He's pretty smart with his like listening skills and like execution of like things that you told him.
Absolutely, and we were able to see these in the kill feed, not mentioned much, but Clown Dog did have a good few kills in that game. Once again, congratulations on your win tonight, Poplots.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, that's going to do it for us for this game. This was, of course, Council of Anime Girls taking the 3-0 victory over SpongeBob Mac and Cheese. And that's going to put them up 2-0 right now in our standings. They're definitely off to a hot start here. We had some questions about how this team was going to perform, whether or not they were going to be top tier or in that upper mid tier. But they're definitely making a name for themselves right now. I'm excited to see what they do. And on the side of SpongeBob Mac and Cheese, they definitely can't be underrated right now. I talked about on the Nest, I don't think they're that good, but they've definitely done work to prove me wrong, taking that 3-2 or not taking the 3-2. I once again make that mistake. Becoming close, losing 3-2 to one of the best teams in the league, and now putting up a fight against Council of Anime Girls, even if it didn't go their way. They definitely have things to work on, but if they work on them, I can definitely see them moving up in the power rankings. But yeah, that's going to do it all for us tonight. Nothing more to talk about here. Do you have any parting words for us, Razorblade?
Not at the moment. Couple of games coming up here. We are going to see Eberfrost and BBQ Dads on Tuesday at 9 p.m. So make sure to tune in for that. But that's going to be all from us. I'm Razorblade04. This was Misfit. Council of Anime Girls victory over SpongeBob Mac and Cheese, and thank you.
And I've been counting days to get away. We got millions of reasons to let it all go. Hope we're not too broken. I know